Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schulze. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and procedure for making a classical Hungarian dessert. Mákos Beigli és Diós Beigli, which translates to a poppy seed roll and walnut roll. These are traditionally served during Christmas, and although every family, every region does something different for their holidays, but one thing that I'm pretty safe to say is uniform is that every household would have a beigli during Christmas. So join me now as I show you how I make my beigli. At this time, I'd like to say thank you very much to all the current subscribers. Really appreciate your support. First-time visitors and repeat guests, welcome. And if you've not done so and you like the content, please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up on the videos, and that notification bell will be up to date for all of our latest posts. Well, to begin, let's start our yeast. I have some lukewarm milk. It's roughly 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna add a little sugar to it. And the reason I'm adding the sugar is that's gonna feed the yeast. So we'll now add our yeast. Go ahead and stir it together. Now for the dough, you can do it in a bowl or you can do it on your workbench. Whichever way is fine. I prefer the bowl just because it's a little less mess. In the bowl, I have all-purpose flour and lemon zest. I'm gonna make a well. We're gonna add our eggs. What I do is I lightly beat them up a little just to make the mixing process easier. Let's add our powdered sugar. Let's add a pinch of salt on this side of the bowl. Let's add our butter that is room temperature. And there's also vanilla bean paste there. We will add our whole milk. And let's add our yeast. Now I'm gonna add the yeast on the opposite side of the bowl because I don't want it to make contact with the salt. What happens is the salt is said to take some of the moisture away from the yeast. I don't know, I mean, in theory, yes, but I don't know if it's actual something that happens. So go ahead and let's mix everything together until your dough comes together. So now what I like to do, just like when I'm making my breads, I have here, all the liquid has been absorbed. There's just a little bit of dry stuff. At that time, take your dough scraper, scrape this off your hands. Let's lightly flour your workspace. And let's go ahead and turn this out onto the board. Not to worry about the other loose dough pieces. It's all gonna get worked in. Okay, now we got nice action. Yeast is happy. So let me throw a little more here. Now what I like to do is I'm gonna roll it into a little bit of a log. Give us this nice little shape here. And now let's go ahead and cover it and let's let it rest for about 30 minutes or so. Well, here we are after our 30 minutes of resting. See how it got a little larger. It's not gonna proof like a bread and really double in size, but it does get larger. So at this time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in half. The other half, let's put on a plate and cover it back up just to keep it from drying out. And then, let's go ahead and work our dough. So I will press it a little bit, kind of already get that rectangle shape going. And then just go ahead and start rolling it out. Okay, here we are after rolling. Please take my advice here, and I'm actually bad at listening to my own advice on this one. Do not overfill it. Overfilling your Beigli will cause it to crack or blow out from the baking. Leave yourself a gap up here on the top or the side closest to you, as well as the side away from you. That's where, when this rolls up, it's going to want to bind and bake together rather than open up on you. So at this time, now we will do is just roll this up. Roll it nice and even and gently pull it together. Once I got the roll done like this, I tend to do this a little bit where that seam is at the bottom, and then for that it will help it stick together. On your ends, just take your fingers like so, and then go ahead and just push it in, and we're gonna cap those ends off like that, and then with your other one, and there you have it. So from here, let's gently take this and let's transfer it to a sheet pan lined with parchment paper or a silicone mat, otherwise known as silpat. Well, now that our rolls are established and filled, now what I like to do is I like to dock the dough a little bit. I'll just take a fork and gently poke some holes into it. Be careful on the depth. You don't want to go all the way into the filling. We're just trying to poke enough holes to allow the air, the steam to escape and hopefully prevent cracking. Now we got the holes, and now for that beautiful brown color, let's go ahead and brush it with an egg wash. Okay, now that we've got it brushed, let's go ahead. What I like to do, I don't know how many people do this, but this is my thing. I will now take this and put it into the cooler and let it rest for 30 minutes. The reason I'm doing that is I want the dough to be really firm before it goes into the oven. This is a very fatty dough, a lot of butter, and what happens if it went in soft into the oven, they kind of blow out like a flat tire. I want to try to establish a little more height on the Beigli, and then hopefully a nicer looking shape will yield. Well, there you have Mákos Beigli és Diós Beigli, or Poppyseed roll and walnut roll, respectively. Pretty simple pastry to make, very flavorful. There are some tricky parts to it, or things that I would like to bring to attention that is important. One of them is the amount of filling to put in there. Don't overfill it because they will split. If you overbake it, they will split. It's a little bit of finesse, I guess, when you're baking it. I left these in for 35 minutes. I could have got away with probably 33 minutes. Would have been a little less color on it. But the key to it is them not drying out in the center and then them not exploding, like I mentioned. That's probably the biggest thing that ever happens, is they dry out and they blow up. So there are some other variations that can be done. Some people will peel and grate an apple and mix it in with their filling. Some, usually with the walnut one. Many people will put raisins in their fillings. I've never tried it that way. I'm not a big raisin fan, but I think it would be really good. I think the raisins would definitely help enhance some sweetness, and perhaps even bring a little more moisture to the filling. You will find that the poppy seed filling tends to be a little drier. It's best to spread it when they're still a little bit warm. After they're refrigerated, you know, they are a lot stiffer and harder to spread. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Also, my wife's grandmother, she used to, once they cooled down, she would brush them lightly with some oil, vegetable oil. And that would help, one, it gives it a nice little shine to it, and also it helps protect the pastry from drying out. These, the Beiglis, you could store up to 5 days in an airtight container, or you can wrap them in plastic wrap. They do freeze very well. Just wrap them, 3 or 4 layers of plastic wrap and put it to the freezer whole. Do not slice them before freezing. They will dry out for sure. Well, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed it and give it a shot. If you're a fan of walnut, if you're a fan of poppy seed, this is definitely the go-to dessert. And as I mentioned, they are very, very, very popular at Christmas time. And for our family, it's nice to have one in the freezer and pull it out in June or July. Just that, great snack or a great dessert. Thank you for joining. Diós Beigli.